No, no, I can't even watch it back. No. I get pranked right now?
Just tried a crazy move. He tried a crazy move. He tried a jumping roundhouse kick. And when you're in that position, when you throw that jumping roundhouse kick, if you don't land in a good way with a supporting leg, you put so much pressure on that knee. The way he landed, he threw the kick, he jumped up, he threw it, and he landed with his knee in the worst position.
Islam Makhachev saw what went down at UFC 329, and he couldn't help but laugh at the whole situation. So here's the thing. Conor hadn't stepped foot in the octagon since 2021, which was an eternity in combat sports. Most people figured he was going to walk into Max and get completely schooled. The guy had all this layoff time stacked against him. Yet he still rolled into Vegas acting like he had something special planned. There was even chatter about him potentially moving up to welterweight and challenging for gold somewhere down the line, which would have created some serious drama given the history between him and the Dagestani camp after Khabib absolutely demolished him back in 2018. Islam naturally had reasons to be invested in how this whole thing played out.
He's above Khabib. He is above Khabib. Finishes, body of work, both divisions. For sure he is.
But look, many of...
Still in it, still at it.
Body of
but there's a little bit of... people are impressionable. Talking about, like, they're trying to get... They're taunting him to get out of it. There's a lot left in that boy. There's a lot left in that boy. And he should recognise that and keep going. I have him above both his teammates there in Cormier.
Javier Mendez, despite everything that's gone down between him and McGregor over the years, actually felt genuinely devastated about what happened. The UF legend had serious respect for how hard Conor had trained and prepared after being away for so long. What really got to Mendez was that McGregor didn't get beaten by a better fighter. He got taken down by his own body, failing him. That's a tough pill to swallow, especially when you factor in that a potential showdown between Conor and Islam probably isn't ever going to happen now.
Bummer. I mean, I wanted that fight because, look, listen, we as coaches, we live for those moments to have an opportunity to be with something like that magnitude. So I've been fortunate enough to be in quite a few of them. So, you know, to have another mega fight like that around the corner, potentially, that would have been a great honor. You know, I like to be there when I was there for Brock Lesnar and Cain Velasquez. That was such a huge one. You know, John Jones, DC, you know, and so Khabib and Conor. I mean, there's been some big ones I've been involved in. So those are the kind that are special, you know. And you know, as a coach, we want to be involved in these kind of events. And for me, I was looking forward to hopefully, if things panned out right, being in that opportunity with him, because he was the only one that could really tip the scales at another level. And we all know that. We can't fool ourselves. There is nobody that can do what that guy can do. Nobody's been able to do what he's been able to do. We know that. So, you know, of course I wanted to be part of that. Why not? It's like, that's what we're about, right? We're about being and performing at the biggest spotlight, you know? So yeah, as a coach, I want that. Yes.
Yeah, and I feel like I saw Islam talk about how he'd be open to that fight as well. Do you think from his perspective as well, just the fight, just had the magnitude of that fight is what kind of drew him towards a potential Conor fight as well?
Yeah, of course. You know, it's not, it was the magnitude of that fight and the history between the camps, you know, so there was a lot on they would have made a really great entertaining bout had it materialized. But again, you know, we're getting too far ahead of ourselves because, you know, if Conor would have gone through what he needed to do, we need to get through Ian Gary too. So it's not like we can ignore Ian Gary. No, we're not.
Mighty Mouse kept it real about the whole thing. He reminded everyone that injuries are just part of the game when you're an elite fighter, and nobody should be shocked by freak accidents like this. He saw it coming and wasn't totally blindsided, but he acknowledged how brutal it is when your body just gives out on you.
Did you hurt his ankle already?
Excellent plan.
Canvas.
His shit's.
What's going on?
Well, boys, it is what it is. I bet you when he ran into that kick, he probably broke his shit. Well, those guys just made the easiest paycheck of their lives. Well, boys.
Tom Aspinall was actually feeling nostalgic before the fight kicked off. He genuinely wanted to see Conor land that signature left hand and create some magic against Holloway. That vibe lasted about 15 seconds. When Conor started slipping and struggling to keep his feet underneath him, Aspinall's excitement turned into genuine confusion. Once he realized it wasn't just a loss of balance, but an actual serious knee injury, the mood shifted completely.
What's going on? Oh, Joe Rogan said it's his ACL, so it definitely is. He's just got like MRI vision where he can see into his knee, just like diagnose him straight away.
How long's ACL or?
ACL injury is about a year. Bit tricky at his stage in his career, isn't it? Listen, he's done everything. He's got loads of money. But sometimes it isn't always about the money and doing everything. Sometimes you just want to fight. Yeah, it's not good, that.
Michael Bisping didn't hold back his frustration. He felt bad for all the fans who traveled, spent their money, and expected to see an actual fight. Instead, they got this anticlimactic ending where Conor's ankle just tore up from a jump kick and everything fell apart within seconds.
He has earned a ridiculous amount of money, but it's a shame for the fans. It's a shame for Max Holloway. And it's a shame for Conor McGregor. When you consider what he has done for this sport, and I'm not a Conor McGregor fanboy, far from it, but you can't deny the impact that he's had on this sport. You just can't. Anyway, there's not a lot to break down.
Paddy Pimblett was literally backstage doing an interview when someone told him the main event was already finished. He couldn't believe it. Here was one of the biggest names the sport has ever seen. And this is how his comeback ended. That was just depressing for everyone involved.
A shame what we've just seen with Conor McGregor's injury. Did you watch that fight?
I was literally doing an interview and looked up and was like, oh my God, it's over. Couldn't believe it, you know. It's sad for the sport because McGregor's one of the biggest names the sport's ever seen, and for him to go out like that, it's not good. Like, I would have loved to have fought him, but it doesn't look like he's ever going to be able to fight again.
Israel Adesanya was genuinely shocked and confused the moment Conor went down. His mind immediately went back to the leg break incident, and he kept saying how bad everything looked. But then, as the action continued on the mat, Adesanya completely flipped. He was yelling at the screen, telling Max to come forward and finish, demanding no mercy whatsoever. When things stalled out though, he got frustrated again, actually yelling for Max to let Conor stand back up so they could keep fighting.
What? Oh! Oh, what the f***? Nah, it was his left when he broke, but I don't know what the f*** that was. Nah, this is bad. Yeah, that's bad. What the f***? Hit him. Yeah, hit him. No mercy. What the f***? Let him up, Max. Go, Max. Yeah. Don't. Oh, whoa. That's us, though. I hit him.
Emma Guru was absolutely furious about the entire situation. He felt completely robbed of actually witnessing a real main event after waiting 5 years for Conor to return. Neither team of fans, the McGregor loyalists or the McGregor haters, got what they wanted because nobody actually got to see him compete or take any real punishment. Guru questioned why a fighter with an allegedly damaged leg would open things up with an aggressive jump switch kick to the head.
This is the worst case scenario for any McGregor fan and any McGregor hater. We just straight up didn't get a main event. After 5 years out, all of the hype, the nostalgia. I was singing to myself this morning. Do you think about the days just thinking about McGregor's 145 run? And this is the result we get, man. It felt too good to be true. And then all of a sudden, the fight starts. And I'm going to show you what happens.
The narrative here really shows you how divisive this moment was across the fighting community. You had people sympathetic to McGregor's physical breakdown, people frustrated they missed out on actual competition, and people like Adesanya who saw opportunity in the chaos. What stands out most is that this wasn't about two fighters battling it out. It was about one fighter's body deciding the fight before anything meaningful could even happen. That's the sport sometimes. Brutal and unforgiving.